Together we are, but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods, we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand this is a safe place to land. Please understand you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Hey everybody, look who's here. I guess it's this side.
Hello.
It's John,
I'm back.
the man with the voivod.
The voivod
Yeah.
voice. All right.
Voivod voice with the velvet voice. I'm telling you,
Hello.
I'm tired today. I'm
Good evening,
in
everybody.
a day. Yeah.
Mhm.
I had such a good show earlier, though. We had Eric Rader on, and that was so fun. We went 2 hours though, which was about an hour longer than I thought we'd go, but it was
Oh,
it
wow.
was good and fun. So I really enjoyed it. It was good to get to see him. So welcome everybody. But I am back with my co-host of choice. I don't know what I would do on some of these days when I have to read stuff if it wasn't for John, because he's got much better eyes than me.
Glad to help.
Well, now that I don't have to have chemo, I'm going to try to talk to my doctor, my eye doctor, pretty soon and talk about having that surgery. But I want to get vacation over with. You know, there's just a couple of things I want to get out. There's always something, you know.
Right.
I can put it off a little bit, you know. But I don't know. Mark was like, you should get it done before, and then you wouldn't have to wear your glasses. And I'm like, my luck, something would go wrong.
What are you talking about? LASIK?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had cataracts.
Yeah, they said they're gonna do. They're gonna get rid of my cataracts and correct my vision.
Oh,
So,
excellent. I tell you what,
Right.
it made such a difference in my life. It was amazing. I cried that first time when I took that patch off and stood outside and saw everything I hadn't been seeing.
Yeah.
It's pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, because even with glasses, it's not the same as
No,
if your
it's not.
eyes are, you know, really good. It's not the same. My grandson, he's 17 now, but he's been wearing glasses for probably about 4 or 5 years. And he kept saying, oh, I don't need glasses. I don't need them. And his mom was like, well, just get them for like, you know, maybe you just need them for like if you've got long study nights, that kind of thing. And he's like, fine, whatever. So he went and got them. Well, whenever he put the glasses on, when they went to try them on him to make sure they fit right and if they needed adjusting and, you know, all that, she said that he was like, wow. And he barely takes them off. He takes them off to shower or to sleep, and that is it. They go on the minute his eyes open, they are on. And I said he was so set against them, but I can imagine that that's how I'm going to feel whenever I get, you know, after surgery and stuff.
Oh,
So
I'm telling you, you know, because you lose it so gradually that you don't realize how bad it's gotten, you know, until it's corrected. And then I'm telling you, I looked out at the woods and I had tears streaming down my eyes. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they say it's in the details that you'll see the more the details of stuff and the
Yeah.
true colors and everything.
Mhm.
And mine, I don't know what yours were like, but I have such, cataracts so bad, which they say is it's a side effect from the chemo that I've had for it to have been
Mhm.
so bad. But
Sure.
I mean, they'll just move across my vision, and like I won't
Yeah.
be able to see out of it. Like I can be reading something and all of a sudden I can't see out of
Yeah, it's like a
one
it's
eye.
like
It
a
doesn't do it both
cloud
at the same.
passing and then just freezing right in your vision, yeah.
Yeah, right in your
That's how
vision.
I
It
had
is
it.
so, because sometimes, whenever we're doing a show, I'll be like, I can't read that. And I will have
Mhm.
just read the word before, and then the next one's gone. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Because this is my weaker eye, but this is the eye that has worse cataracts. So
Uh,
so when the cataracts move across this one, I'm left with the, the weaker one to begin with.
right.
So I'm just like,
It's
screw
a
it.
bad situation, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to welcome everybody back. I know a lot of you were
Yeah.
here, earlier, and I appreciate you showing up twice. And thank you to the mods, and of course to John and Mischief's in the back. She'll be starring comments. I did have a couple of reminders that I wanted to give you before we really get started. I wanted to remind you to get those photos of yourself or your family or your pets or your where you call home or vacate, whatever you want, things
Mm,
that mean something to you or people that mean something to you. Get those in, because I'm going to start trying to arrange how I'm going to make the new intro and outro. We're going to use the same music right now, but we're going to just change the pictures. I just think it'll be so cool to have pictures of our community or
yeah,
things that matter to our community. I think that's going to be so awesome.
yeah.
So I've got several already, but we've got plenty of room. So get them into us. And I also wanted to say, don't forget to be watching those thumbnails. I don't know if everybody saw my post in the community page, but I have started with this week's videos putting little Easter eggs in the thumbnails. And if you don't know what that is, because for a long time I didn't know what it was, it's just like little pictures that you don't notice at first, or maybe they don't really belong there, but they're there.
Mhm.
They do belong there, but not really. It's just kind of different. So be watching
Mhm.
for those. We are going to have a contest coming up probably in a couple of weeks. I want everybody to kind of get the hint that we're doing these and get
Mhm.
everybody looking at them so everybody kind of has a fair chance. And then if y'all will either email me or message me or put it in the comments or the chat or whatever, um, things that interest you, just anything, like what's your favorite animal, what's your favorite meal, what's your favorite, whatever. It could be anything, your hobbies, your favorite book, anything like that. Because you never know when I might use one of those things that's your favorite
Mhm.
as an Easter egg, and you'll be looking at a thumbnail and be like, oh my God, that's
Yeah,
me.
we had fun in the mod chat yesterday talking about what our favorite animals were and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was file well, at first when I did that, I was just doing it. I was just curious. I was thinking about, me and Veta had been talking about favorite animals. And
Mhm.
and then I thought, I'm gonna file this back because, it's information that I can use. So yeah, there's
Hmm.
several in this week's thumbnails. If you haven't looked, go back and look at those, because some of it's funny and some of it's just like hard to catch because it like makes sense,
Mhm.
but it might mean something. Like I think the one that made the most sense was the bowl of blackberries that I put on the desk
Mhm.
for Mischief, because of how she keeps, overheating out there trying to get rid of all those wild blackberries. So anyway, everybody was like, "What's that on your desk? What's in that bowl?" And, and I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, get those into me. Let me know. Just put them in the comments or email it to me. Or if you
Mhm.
know somebody else's and they haven't told me, narc on them a little bit. I want to know. Like if somebody knows something that Mayor likes, or something that, anybody, whoever's in
Mhm.
here, if you know something, because I might not think about it all, because some of it I don't think about right off. It takes me a minute. So
Mhm.
anyway, one more thing, please do check to make sure that you are still subbed. I was told by 3 different people that Facebook has been doing the Facebooky thing and unsubbing people. So you might check with the other
Mhm.
people that you think you're subbed to also, because 3 people that I know of that are here almost every day said that they were actually unsubbed from the channel and that they were unsubbed
Hmm.
from some others too. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm starting to really check my subs too to make sure that, that I'm still sub to people that I want to be.
Mhm.
If you don't want to be, that's different. If you don't want to be sub, that's fine. But if you want to be, just check and make sure. And again, with the other channels too, because it's not just my channel they're doing it too. It's other people's too. So anyway, so that's all of the announcements. Every once in a while, I feel like we just have we have housekeeping to take care of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, today I think this one's really interesting because I like, all the historical stuff. So today we're looking back at some mental health treatments that, thank God, what is that old saying? Thank God and Greyhound or something. I think it was on a song or something, that we know better and do better now, because I would not want to be. I couldn't really find any of these treatments that I would want. So it's not a horror show. I'm not going to include pictures of some of this stuff, so I don't think it'll be too triggering. But it's not a pity party. It's we've come a long way, baby, kind of party. We are celebrating how far we've come, because for every wild cure that we'll talk about, we're also going to talk about what they do now instead, so that we'll be able to be reminded of how far we really have come. And in some of the instances, it's not been very long. And we've really come a long way with compassion. The science is unbelievable that we've got, and just the fact that we don't drill holes in people's heads just because they're sad anymore, which was actually something that happened. So, I mean, we do still drill holes in people's heads, but it is, first of all, under anesthesia now, where it wasn't before. And so we still have a lot to improve on, but I don't know. I just thought maybe a look back would help us to understand just how far the whole mental health issue has come. I mean, it's just amazing. It's not as much stigmatized anymore. It's just, we're moving along with it. A long ways to go, but we're getting there. So I am going to bring up, I've got 5 slides, and I'm going to get John to help me if I need it. So I think there's 14 or something like that. Ones that, hold on a second. Before we get started, I'm going to take that one off you sent yours in. Yeah. Mischief. So I'm going to check back with the chat in a little bit, because we didn't have that many people in here. I want to go ahead and get started with this, and then we'll just check back all at once. And Mischief is starring comments too. So anyway, Mischief, if you see like different people coming in, make sure we star those too. So anyway, so the first one is trepanation, or drilling a hole in the skull. So then it was thought to release evil spirits or pressure. It was also done if you were just sad, if somebody was depressed. So, yeah. Now it's a cranial surgery for epilepsy or tumors. It's a deep brain stimulation for severe depression, OCD, and Parkinson's. Still involves the skull, but with anesthesia, scans, and science instead of superstition. Thank God. Can you imagine without anesthesia? And it was literally one of those things that, it had like almost like a drill bit kind of a thing, but I don't know what they call them. It wasn't like it was empty. It was like it had like a hole. But anyway, and they took a handle and like literally just.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So not only torture, but slow torture. Ugh.
Slow torture. And
Yikes.
no anesthesia.
No, thank you.
Yeah. That one, I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this show. The rest of them didn't feel as bad, but that one.
Yeah. I've actually heard of the second one, rotational therapy, or the spinning chair. So back then, it was thought that they would spin you to rebalance brain fluids, if you can believe that. Nowadays, there's no direct counterpart, but
thank God.
Some fringe wellness circles still promote vibrational healing or vestibular reset therapy, which is not widely evidence-based. If you're spinning, it better be SoulCycle or a disco ball. like that.
Yeah. So anyway, number 3 is the tranquilizer chair. It was a full
Mm,
body restraints, all in
okay.
the name of calming. Now, I'm not
Doesn't
gonna feel very calm.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing can calm you down more than tying you to something.
I know it, right?
Yikes.
I mean, good lord, yeah, immediately, I'm not gonna be calm. I mean,
Mm-mm.
if I didn't need the therapy before they tied me up, I'm
Yeah,
gonna need it afterwards.
absolutely.
Yeah. Sedation for agitation only in severe cases, this is now, with an
Mm,
ethical oversight. So now they at least, like, sedate you, I guess. Instead of
mhm,
tying you up, they actually sedate you.
mhm.
Sensory rooms for calming without restraints, I can understand that. Modern mental health prioritizes least restrictive interventions. So
Yeah.
basically, we're gonna try to do this, but we're not gonna tie you up.
Mhm.
Have you ever been so glad that you're alive when you are?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Some of that stuff's just scary. I cannot
Mhm.
imagine. And the thing is that some of this stuff was done to children too. It wasn't,
Yeah.
I don't mean that bad. I mean, I don't mean that it's just like it wasn't just adults. But what I
Right.
mean is, oh my God, what would a kid think about that?
Can you imagine
Ugh,
how
yeah.
traumatized that would make them? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have number 4, which is hydrotherapy, cold wraps and forced baths. Back then, ice baths, high pressure hoses, and hours wrapped in wet sheets. Ugh, so some more
Yeah.
torture.
I mean, they said it was literally like, I mean, not modern day because we were so much, more advanced, but it was literally like a fire hose kind of a situation that they would spray you down,
Mm,
whenever they would use a hose. But I don't even want to be in wet sheets or anything. I
no, I
mean,
can't even imagine being
ugh,
wrapped up in it. Ugh.
yeah.
So nowadays, cryotherapy is popular for athletic recovery and mood boost, but not a psychiatric cure. Mindful bathing and hydro massage and spas for relaxation. Not treatment, just vibes, unless it comes with a
Yeah.
licensed therapist and consent. Yeah, I could handle a spa.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Sounds a lot better than being blasted with a fire hose.
Yeah, or put in wet sheets. I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah, I don't.
Number
Mm-mm,
5 is lobotomy, and the sad thing is this was really not that long ago.
mm-mm,
So, then it was literally, back in the day anyway, an ice pick to the brain equaled cure.
mhm,
Now, deep brain stimulation, DBS, surgically implanted devices to target brain areas used with precision.
mm,
Transcranial magnetic stimulation, non-invasive and FDA approved for depression.
mm,
Modern tech says treat the brain, don't scramble it. Can you
hmm.
imagine?
Deep brain
I just
stimulation. That interests me. I wonder if they could stimulate the part of my brain that does math. Advanced math has always eluded me.
Me too. And Mark is great at it. It just drives me nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
he has like, I love him. Y'all know I love him. I'm not talking bad
Mhm,
about him. I would tell him this, and he knows it because I do tell him. He
mhm,
has next to zero common sense. Like, he just doesn't. He doesn't
mhm,
know like common sense things, but he is crazy book smart, like really book smart, but
mhm.
dumb as a rock on the common sense things. And I said, "Well, you married somebody that's the opposite." I'm like, I got common
Right.
sense, but book smart I don't have.
Well, that's
It's kind of
perfect.
like
You
that.
complete each other, see?
Yeah, kind of like, that, what is it? That Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean. Kind of, it's like a
Mhm.
little,
Yeah.
between the two of them, they lick the platter clean. I'm like, I guess we're licking the platter clean, baby, because
Yeah. Well, it's kind of Mark is a didn't you say Mark was an engineer, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay. So I come from a long line of all the men in my family were machinists,
Mhm.
and they had to, they obviously they spent all their time like programming
Mhm.
the cutting machines and all that stuff, and it was all advanced math. I can do business math in my head. I mean, I can do change in my
Yeah.
head. It's real easy.
Yeah.
But once we got to, I like to tell people, once math became more about letters than numbers, I was gone. I was just totally
Me
lost.
too.
And
Me too.
my poor father was so disappointed because, he wanted me to carry in the family line there, and yeah, it was not meant to be.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Math is not my strong suit.
mm-mm. So
Hmm.
number 6 is, this now we're getting into the real good. I see. I feel like I
Yeah.
should be wearing a plague mask while I'm reading this.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Toad skin enemas and animal cures. So back
Yeah.
then, placing animals or herbs on the body to suck out madness. Now, I remember reading about back in the day when they would attach leeches to your body
Yeah.
to
We're
try
going to
to.
get there.
Oh, okay. All right. So so nowadays they use herbal supplements, essential
Mhm.
oils, and natural cures with mixed scientific backing.
Yeah.
It can still be harmful if they place actual treatment or medication. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, they replace
Yeah.
actual treatment. Yeah.
I don't know. I was reading some of these to Mark, and I said, "Well, I always feel better if my puppy comes and lays by me." And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "I don't think that's what they meant."
No.
Like, "Oh, okay." I'm
Probably
like,
not.
"Okay." He said, "Are you gonna look up the pictures?" I'm like, "Nah, pass."
Yeah, I don't want to see any of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I could get real dark real fast. I was
Mm-hmm.
afraid. So, malaria therapy, fever-induced cure for syphilitic psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was you infect the patients on purpose with malaria, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's antibiotics and penicillin effectively treat syphilis early. Mental health complications from infections are managed with psychiatric care and medication. And intentionally infecting patients, that got canceled permanently. Good.
Thank goodness. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Number
I
8
can't
is,
imagine.
no, I can't either. God. Ugh, ooh. Insulin coma therapy. Oh, this one
Mhm.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Back then, they would inject insulin until the patient seized or passed out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they have modern psychiatric medicines, thank goodness,
Yeah.
antidepressants, mood stabilizers, and antipsychotics, electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, but updated with anesthesia, safety monitoring, and strong evidence for severe depression. Today's ECT is not your grandpa's horror show.
Ugh.
Oof,
Can
yikes.
you imagine? I know I keep saying,
No,
"Can you
that's
imagine?" That's
injecting
my
somebody
words for the night.
in,
Oh,
injecting somebody with something until they actually have a seizure. That's, ugh,
yeah.
yikes. That's scary.
Yeah. I know. Oh my goodness. Number 9, electroconvulsive therapy. The
Mm,
original, it says. Then it was raw voltage, no sedation. It frequently they would frequently break your
ugh,
ribs when it was happening, basically.
yikes.
Now, a modern ECT is highly regulated, painless under sedation, and used for treatment, resistant depression, catatonia, and that one.
Suicidality.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So modern ECT is legit and life-saving for many.
Hmm,
Yeah. I
interesting.
think was it I think Mayor's son-in-law had that, I think. I
Oh,
think that
really?
was who had it, and it
Hmm.
was wonderful, which is great. I mean, whatever works as long as it's like, there's science behind it and not
Mhm.
superstition
Yeah.
and everything. But she was telling all about it, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is exciting and, amazing," and I don't know, just
Mhm.
crazy.
Hmm.
So, exorcism.
Ooh, that's a good one. Then, demons
Yeah.
blamed for everything from schizophrenia to mood swings.
Mhm.
Nowadays, faith-based counseling, when combined with clinical care,
Mhm.
culturally sensitive therapy models that allow spiritual beliefs to be included in treatment. Spirituality can be part of healing, not a substitute for diagnosis or medication, though. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now this one
Mhm.
would probably drive me, I would they would have to institutionalize me.
Oh, yeah.
So, number 11, snake pits and shock trauma. Okay. Anytime that the word snake comes into it, Susie's like tapping out. I'm done,
Mhm.
So then it was pits, cold plunges, fear-based shock to reboot the mind. No.
Mm.
I saw pictures for this one and I'm like, no, that's okay. First of all, no snakes. Second of all, I did the polar plunge a couple times. That's enough. I
I've
didn't,
done it too.
yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. But anyway, I apparently thought it more than once.
Mm.
So now we have exposure therapy for phobias, but under therapeutic control. I understand that. I don't
Yeah.
know if it would ever work with me as far as snakes are. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know. No, probably not. Because I'm not scared of a snake if it's in a like a
An enclosure?
yeah, like an
Yeah.
enclosure. Like I can see them at the zoo. Megan and
Sure.
them have a snake. I can see it. I've held snakes before, even huge snakes before.
Mhm.
But it's those that are where they're not supposed to be, like in my chicken house
Mm.
or on my step or in my strawberries. Those kind
Yeah.
no, they don't belong there. They need to
Yeah.
move on.
Right. Mhm.
And we will try to give them a chance, but we had one the other day that he would not give it up. And I thought, buddy, it's going to be you or my chickens, and it's going to be you. So he was gone. And he was a harmless snake, and I felt bad about it. But at the same
Mhm.
time, he's eating my eggs and trying to get my chickens, which you would think the
Mhm.
chickens would get him, but they didn't.
Hmm.
But anyway, so virtual reality therapy is a gentler alternative. I don't know. If a therapist tosses you into a pit of reptiles, that's not healing, that's jail. True.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would come out fighting.
Oh,
I
yeah.
probably hurt
Your
somebody.
your fight or flight would kick in and, yeah, somebody'd get
Mhm.
hurt for sure.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. Here's the one I was talking about.
I'm glad you get
Leeching
to read it.
bleaching and bloodletting. So back then, they would be used to drain out bad humors, causing madness. Now
Mhm.
they have SSRIs and dopamine regulation target actual chemical imbalances. Phlebotomy is still real, but for specific blood disorders, not depression. We've traded leeches for Lexapro, and I support that evolution.
Me
Yes,
too.
yes.
Completely support that.
Hmm.
Mm. Now, this is the last one. This is not gonna be a real long live tonight,
Hmm.
which we'll talk to
Well,
the
that's all right. You had
chat.
a 2 hour one earlier, so it all
Yeah.
comes out in the wash, right?
Yeah. So, mesmerism, which is animal magnetism, then it was energy waves and magnetic hands to realign your aura. Now, it's hypnotherapy used by licensed therapists for anxiety, phobias, smoking, etc. Reiki healing or energy healing, chakra work, considered complementary or placebo for mainstream science. Just don't ditch therapy in favor of a guy with beads and a pendulum. True.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can use a
Uh,
little of both. We don't have to,
uh-huh. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, sensory deprivation slash isolation. So back then, people were put in dark padded cells in solitary confinement, total isolation. Nowadays, float therapy is used voluntarily for stress and anxiety. Mindful retreats, but only helpful when chosen, not forced.
Mhm.
Sensory stillness equals healing. Sensory punishment equals trauma.
Yeah.
Now, I
Isn't
have
that something?
tried, yeah, I don't know about you, Susie, but I have tried, what do they call it? I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's an isolation tank, I think they call
Oh,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And so you're basically floating in a pool of salt water, but you're
Yeah.
completely isolated. And it kind of freaked me out at first because literally the only thing you can hear is your heartbeat and you
Wow.
can't see anything. You're in complete darkness and you're floating. And because they put salt in the water, you float at the top of the water, so you don't have to worry about sinking or anything. But that's
Mhm.
a sensory deprivation chamber. Thank you, Indigo. That's what I was looking for.
So, did
Um,
you like it?
It kind of freaked me out at first, but after about 10 minutes, I
Mhm.
really did start to feel a sense of peace,
Really?
and it reminded me a lot of, meditation, believe it
Yeah.
or not, and I think a lot of people do meditate when they're in those,
Yeah.
because there's literally nothing to distract you at all except the beating of your own heart.
I think
So,
I would try that because just, you know, which you and some of my other mods know that if I'm really upset over something that hopefully it's in the summer, I will
mhm,
go and float in the pool, just by myself, just go out
yep,
there and float in my pool. I'm on a floaty because it's not full of salt to hold me up. But I can kind of understand the thought process on that a little bit just because of how I do that. And
mhm,
just a few minutes of floating just in the quiet in the pool, and you're just so at
mhm,
peace. So I can, and I mean, I have my eyes shut, so it's
mhm,
dark and everything, but I might would try that actually. There's, some things that, I mean, I've done all the massage and the Reiki and all that kind of stuff. I've done all
mhm,
that too, and meditation. And
mhm.
so some of those, yeah, but some of them I'm still just like, oh wow.
I was always
But
reluctant to try it because of my ADHD. So
oh
I
yeah.
have a brain that goes 100 miles an hour all the time.
Mhm.
And, I'm always looking for ways to try to calm my mind down. And,
Absolutely.
so I've tried meditation and I've had, mixed results with that. I've done yoga, things like that. But I was terrified of the idea of being completely isolated with
Mhm.
only my thoughts. So,
Yeah.
and kind of it kind of goes against the grain of what the purpose of it is to empty your mind and to just completely relax in silence. So, but once I got in there, I honest to God got out of my own head and was able to find some relaxation. So, yeah, it was a
Yeah.
pleasant experience.
I know that one time whenever I had chemo, is only one time that they ever did that because there was this room, because there's okay, where I would have chemo, it's like a big open room and there's like probably 20, 25 chairs in there, like
Mhm.
recliners. And
Yep.
everybody sits in their own little cubicle and you've got your own TV and you've got, all this. But
Mhm.
then I looked over and there's a room that has like its own TV and just one bed and it has like a couple of chairs and it
Mhm.
has like its own bathroom. I mean, it
Hmm.
had everything, and I thought, I wonder what you got to do to get in
Is
there.
that the VIP suite?
Yeah. And so I
Yeah.
would like watch that room all the time and they never took anybody in there. And like one time I
Hmm.
saw them taking it made total sense. It was a little girl. She was probably broke my heart. She's probably
Mhm.
8 or 9. I mean, she's like Vetta's age, and they took
Mhm.
her in there. And she was there with her caregiver, and her mom came in at some point.
Mhm.
And anyway, so they both had a chair and they had her in there and they closed the door and the nurse would go in and out as needed, whatever. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I get it. That's okay. Well, one
Mhm.
time they put me in there. I don't know
Mhm.
why. No
Hmm.
idea why. But anyway, so they did that. They gave me like a mask, like an eye mask that you can put over your eyes. And I
Mhm.
sat in that room and I put that mask on. And I mean, it was like black dark in there with that mask on. And the
Mhm.
only noise that I could hear was there's a certain noise that these chemo pumps make. And I
Yeah.
can still hear it a lot in my head, but
Infusion.
yeah. But
Mhm.
so anyway, that's all I could hear was that. And I went to sleep and I slept, I'm not kidding, for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Like I never sleep that long, not even at night.
So I
But
wonder
I
if that's
literally,
what it's designed for, like,
I
people
don't
that are,
know.
ultra stressed about chemo.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
I
actually a
don't
really
know.
good idea.
I never really asked them. I was gonna ask them, but I just like when you get done, you're just like trying to get out of
Yeah.
there and get your stuff and
Right.
you know, and it was kind of strange at first to be in there because you felt like you were separated from everything and like if because I have this like y'all don't know, I have got this weird thing about being like locked up. When I was at MD Anderson, they had me laying chest down and I was doing these scans and
Mhm.
I was laying chest down while they did these scans. And for some reason, I thought somebody was going to come in the door that was behind me and shoot me in the ass. I was convinced that it was going to happen. And so they had to give me, like, seriously, they had to give me anxiety meds because I would be, like, laying there and I'd be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And pretty soon I'm tapping on the side of the scan thing to get me out of here.
It sounds
And
like
so they had to
claustrophobia,
start
but
her.
with a weird twist.
Yeah. So I was kind of doing the same thing when they put me in that room, kind of being like, if somebody comes in here and opens fire or something, I'm not going to know. And so I just put that thing on and just like made myself, but it only took, I mean, just a few minutes and I was out. I don't know what it was.
Wow.
So I don't know. So
Interesting.
there's something to be said for some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm
Interesting.
going to check some of these starred comments and see what we've got going. I do want to say welcome to Dad Ant. They're a new member. They're our newest member. They joined today on the earlier show, and I don't think I got a chance to say, thank you for that. So thank you for being a new member. So, okay, let's see here. Indigo says make sure you hit the bell and with all notifications. If you don't, they will unsub you when you're less active. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you don't have a lot of likes and comments and stuff, I think that's sometimes when you do get unsub, which I think is ridiculous. Not everybody is social. So I just think they need to leave them alone. And if they want to unsub, they can.
Well, and not only that, I
problem.
mean, I don't know about you, Suze, but I am subbed to so many different channels. I mean, even if I watched YouTube 24 hours a day, I couldn't possibly get to all of them. So there are some creators that I might go a week or two without watching a video, and then I'll binge watch them.
Yeah, me too. I was doing that just the other day to those Bondi Beach rescues. I hadn't watched them for about a week or maybe 2. So I just, caught up.
My guilty pleasure lately has been police body cam videos.
Those are interesting. I have been watching.
Quite a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is. I am like hooked. Well, there's 2 things that I've been hooked on. But one, I watch the it's from Australia. I have a thing with Australia, but they also have one that's in England, and I like it every bit as much. I've just gotten focused, on this one that's in Australia, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's where these ambulance drivers, which they call them AMBO, these ambulance drivers or the air ambulance drivers or flyers, where they go to these emergencies and they show them getting there and, the trip there, and they show them getting there and taking care of the patients and all that. And they do it all the way up till they get them to the hospital. But then they come back later and tell you how it turned out, which is nice because some of the shows that you watch, you never know. Like if these people, did they live? Did they die?
Right.
Did they, did he lose his arm? But these tell, and I love that. And so I've been watching that. And then on Facebook at night, whenever I think that Mer's not watching to get on to me because she can tell when I'm on Facebook, which she knows I'm up then. I'm scrolling through all of these reels and I'm watching, and I can't remember his name either because I'm just terrible about that. But it's this guy that he's, first of all, there's absolute not one thing wrong with him at all. He's, gorgeous. But he is, how they'll do like, not pole dancing, but how they'll do like the acrobatic type stuff on a pole.
Yeah.
And a lot of women do it too, but men are getting into it too. And he will do these things where, I am not kidding, he'll be hanging on with one hand and his head will be facing the ground and one leg is straight up in the ground, in the sky, and the other leg is down beside his head. And I don't know how he's doing it. And he just moves very slow. I know, right? But I mean, I'm sure that a lot of women just watch because he's gorgeous, but I mean, that wouldn't be why I watch or anything. But no, I actually love the beauty of it. Like, I like the women that do that, the men that do it. And it's very relaxing to me to watch because it's very slow.
It's like
ASMR,
he doesn't just almost.
Yeah. And so he's like moving really slow. And after I watch, 40 or 50 of now, it's like 3 or 4 maybe.
You're outing yourself, Susie.
Yeah. After I watch a few, then I'll go to sleep. It's like it brings me down. So when she's telling me to go the F to sleep, I'm like, I'm watching this guy,
Our little Mare the Stalker.
Yes, she's so funny.
Mhm.
Encarnacion did my PhD at a med school, some old med treatments in the museum. Wow, at the library. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet so.
Yikes.
Yeah. Was it John F. Kennedy's sister that had the lobotomy? I think it was, wasn't it?
Was
Like,
it his sister or his daughter?
no, I think
I
it was
thought
his
one of the Kennedy daughters
sister.
had something done too.
Yeah, but I think it was like the dad's
Oh, yeah.
daughter.
Yeah,
So
you might be right.
like the president's sister or whatever.
Mm,
Yeah,
could
I'm
be.
glad that they don't do automatic lobotomies. Me too. Can you
Mhm.
imagine? Oh my goodness. I am so glad that to me, I thought this whole topic was like it didn't depress me. It like made me like happy. It gave me like, pride and hope for how far that we've come. And just
Absolutely.
that mental illness is being so much more, well received and more serious, taken more serious and
Mhm.
that I don't know, it's just amazing. Just like the whole people with disabilities. It's I've been doing so much on this kind of stuff and looking for the disabilities that we're going to do this week and next week, and
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's a feel good. It's a feel good topic to look into.
Mhm.
Yeah, here we go. One of the more tragic stories was the Kennedy's daughter. So heartbreaking that she was never properly diagnosed and given treatment. People are thinking she may have been autistic. Isn't that something? Yeah,
Mm.
and I heard that she may not have been like, severely autistic. I mean, I heard that there was
Yeah.
just, you know, we're so afraid, especially before, and anybody that had any notoriety, they used to be just so terrified of their children not being like little perfect,
Mhm.
things, and that just is so sad.
Yeah, it's that paranoia, man. It really will get to you.
So it says,
Hey,
John,
Indigo.
how are you? Staying cool and hydrated?
Yeah, it's a little warm today. Tomorrow's going to be the monster day where we're supposed to be over 100. So
Oh my goodness.
I will be locked in the house inside the air conditioning all day.
I
So
need to
no,
check to see if we
no
hit
worries.
100 today because it's 93 now
Hmm.
and it is 7:13 here. So that's late to
Mm,
be 93.
yeah,
So
I'll say.
we might have hit 100. If so, it would be the first day.
Mhm.
Mayor says ECT has worked wonders for some people. Downside is memory loss. Yeah.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
where that would be an issue.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Leeching goes back to the idea that the body had four humors: blood linked to air, optimism, and social: yellow bile, fire, short tempered, irritable; black bile, earth, analytical, quiet, and phlegm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Miss Indigo is smart.
They are. They're like a walking Google.
Yes. And here's another part. Part two: water, relaxed, peaceful by using leeches. They thought they could drain the blood of the bad humors and balance your personality.
Hmm.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Now they use sensory deprivation chambers to help people with PTSD, CPTSD. I've tried it. It's really helpful and peaceful.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, once you get over the initial shock of it, it really is. It's very relaxing.
Pippi Longstocking, Becky, Tanya, and number one rib guy. Good to see you, Jersey Jan. Goodness.
That's a long one.
Yeah. Violet says, I agree regarding your thoughts on Rosemary Kennedy. That is, I just think it's so sad.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah, I have heard this one, Violet, that ice baths are trending again. I know that they're
Hmm.
really trending in like for sports medicine and stuff, but I have heard that they're trending for other reasons too.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
And I will tell you that after, I don't know how you felt after I quit shivering from the polar plunge, but I felt very happy and invigorated. Like
Yeah, it gives you a lot of energy. It like lights
yeah,
up every nerve in your body. It really
yeah,
does.
yeah.
And
I
it it
and I
wasn't
was
as
that way
bad.
for a long time.
It wasn't as bad for me because I played a lot of sports growing up,
Mhm.
and especially hockey. After hockey games, there would be a couple people in the ice bath,
Yeah.
because your body, when you overexert your muscles create lactic acid, and it
Mhm.
can be very painful. And ice baths do a lot to
Really?
minimize that lactic acid.
Oh. Yeah, I've never done like an ice bath, but I have done that polar plunge twice, and the
Hmm.
water was cold. I mean, it was
Oh yeah.
in Savannah, well, at Tybee Island, but it was in Savannah, Georgia, and of course, I picked the 2 years that they had record colds. And so, yeah, and they have so much fun. Like, I don't know if it was just the whole thing. Like, Megan did it with me, and we had on like these pink cowboy hats with they were all blinged out and you know feathers and stuff on them,
Uh-huh.
and a tutu and all in pink because of the whole breast cancer thing,
Right.
But
Yep.
yeah, I looked over and I saw people were in like wedding dresses, even men. And
Hmm.
I mean, it was crazy. This one fool, he didn't go all the way in, and I don't blame him a bit. He was in like oh, what do you call that? Like a suit of armor,
Hmm.
like a metal suit.
Oh my
I
God.
was just like, "You've lost your mind." And I
Because
mean,
it'll
that was
just
gonna
conduct
fill
that
up, but
cold. It'll make you even colder.
oh my goodness, I know, right? Between gonna sink him and be even colder than normal.
Hmm. You
I
want to
was
do
like,
a
"Yeah,
true polar plunge, you got to come up here to the north, Susie, when it's like
no,
20
thank you.
degrees outside.
No, thank
That's
you." It
when
was like
we did
30
it.
it was like 33 or something. No, 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 31, I think, there in Savannah when we did it, and the water wasn't much warmer than that.
Mm,
And, ugh, but
yeah.
no, I'm not going up where you're at and doing there's
Yeah,
no
and it's
was
one
there
of those
ice
things.
on the water?
How we do it is everybody lines up on the dock, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
just jump in. You literally plunge your whole body. Because
Yeah.
if it was one of those things where you slowly walk in, there's no way
Oh, no,
I
well,
wouldn't
we
be able
were
to do it. It's
Megan
all or
and I
nothing.
were at the first of the line, and they're at the very front on the beach, but we're at the very front of it, right by the water's edge.
Yeah.
And there were thousands of people. I mean, there was people along both sides of us. We weren't like
Oh
literally the
yeah.
first two, but we were on the front row, and
Mhm.
there were thousands of people behind us. But where the guy was, where he like fires the gun for everybody to start, was way at the back. So we're just standing there. We're like, when is this going to start? And for
Uh,
some, we heard like a rumble, no joke. And we turned around and looked, and here was all these people were
Here they
starting
all
to
come,
run
a
towards us. And
sea of bodies. Yeah.
we're like
Yeah.
screaming, and we ran. We just ran as far as we could. But I said, I have this big phobia about the ocean and sharks and all this stuff. And
Mhm.
because I watched too many shark attack videos, is a lot of it. But anyway, we found out like 2 days after the second time that I did it that
Mhm.
there's a shark, a mama shark, a female that like hangs around out there right where we were running into that water.
Wow.
And she's been hanging around out there for years.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I go
that's
running out there looking like
yeah.
a more than a snack, that's for sure. That shark well, I can't talk. Shark would be, "Oh, a buffet,"
Right. A pink
"Forget the
buffet.
skinny people."
Yikes. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
goodness.
not a fan of sharks either.
I
I watched
love
shark.
the whole idea of them. I love watching them and stuff, but I don't want
Mhm.
out there with them.
I think I would. Somebody asked me once if I would go down, like, in a cage,
Yeah,
and I think I might do that. As long as they can't get to
really?
me from the cage, I might try that, but
I don't know if
that's
I would
about
or
the
not.
most you'd ever get out of me.
It's a might because I would love to.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that we were out, on a whale watching expedition at Maui. It's
Mhm.
been a few
God, I
years
would
ago, 4
kill to
years
do
ago, I
that.
think. And I mean, a whale literally came up beside
They
the
come
boat, and
right.
I could see her eye. I could have touched her, but they say, "Do
Oh,
not touch
wow.
them,"
Yeah.
everything, and I could have touched she had a baby with her. But later on that because we did 2 that day. Later
Mhm.
on that day, we were doing another one, and there was a whale shark, which are not generally around there very much. They're usually in
No.
very deep water, and
Mhm.
you don't really see them much. Now, I would have dove off that boat in a heartbeat and went down there with that whale shark because 'cause they're not gonna hurt you, they're just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
real docile. They're so big, though. They're bigger than whales, and they're oh my gosh.
Mhm.
The girl, she was a marine biologist that was doing the deal, and you knew she wanted to go. She was wanting to dive off in there for sure, and I was like, "Hey,
Mhm.
you go, I'm going too. I'm going with you."
Yeah,
I can hold my breath a long time.
that's 2 things that have always been on my bucket list, to go on a
Ugh,
whale watching expedition and,
amazing.
swim with a dolphin. That would be so
Yeah.
cool. So
I've never
cool.
swam with a dolphin, but we've probably been on probably 8, maybe 9, whale watching trips. I mean, I
Oh,
love it.
I
That's
envy you.
when we go to Maui, we go at, like, right after Christmas so that we can that's when they're there.
So
They're
that
there
yeah,
from, like
that's when
yeah,
their migration, yeah,
yeah.
before they start the
And I
migration
just
down
love 'em,
south.
and I'm a big fan of the humpback whales too. I know,
Mm,
Mare
yes.
likes the orcas, and,
Mhm.
I just
Killer whales,
I
yeah.
just love the humpbacks, but
I love them all. God,
yeah.
that
Oh,
would be
I love
such
them
a
all
cool
too, but
experience.
yeah.
Mm,
Just do quiet, peaceful dances. My ex-daughter has about every mental disorder. This showed up after her first child.
mm,
She is or she has been doing ketamine therapy, ECT, and pharmacy of RXs. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I've been hearing more and more about ketamine therapy. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it too.
I still don't know exactly what conditions it's used to treat, but it sounds fascinating. Gonna have to do
Yeah.
some more research.
Mhm. Heat says, "Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Heat."
I heat.
Carrie says, "There's a phobia called zoophobia. I know that sounds odd, but I have it. My family and I just
Mm,
laugh about it." I can understand that because they
mhm.
can be I think that I mean, I'm not afraid of them or don't have a phobia about it, but I understand how people could be kind of freaked out by zoos. I mean, there's just a lot. It's I
Mhm.
get it. I
Yeah, it's
really
sensory
do.
overload for a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd rather stare at the animals than the people though, because the people just start acting so stupid whenever you
Yeah.
add animals. Or like
Mhm.
whenever you go in those now this really pissed me off. I wanted to yank this kid up and spank his ass.
Mm.
There was a kid, he was probably 12 years old. He was too old to be acting this way.
Mhm.
But, he was in there, his mama or whoever it was, I'm assuming his mama was right there and she said nothing about it. And we were in one of those aquariums that it goes up over your head and the sharks and,
Yeah.
everything are in it. And this
Mhm.
kid is like banging on the
Oh,
glass. Well, first of all,
and there's
it
signs
magnifies.
everywhere. Yeah, there's
Yes.
signs everywhere to tell you not to do that.
Yeah. First of all, I don't want him to bust the glass, thank you. I know they're not really going to, but you just never
Right.
know. But second of
Mhm.
all, it magnifies in there with those animals or
Mhm.
fish or,
It's
whatever.
torture for them, yeah.
Yes, it's absolute torture. I went and told. I was like, a
Mhm.
Karen. I was a
Well
Karen,
well,
but I was just like,
how many times do you hear stories about kids climbing barricades and falling
yeah.
into, lion enclosures and stuff like that? I
Mhm.
mean, it happens way too often. It's
I think that
just
there's a time and a place to be a
mhm.
tattletale.
Yeah.
Mare thinks it's funny that I thought I'd be shot in the ass. I did. I'm not kidding. They had to stop the machine and start it over twice.
Yeah. That's weird.
I really did. I mean, I could feel my heart like about to explode that I would just start
Mhm.
thinking about the fact that somebody was going to cut. Now, I don't know why. And it was like at 9:45 at night was when I was having so I was,
Mhm.
exhausted. I had been at the hospital since like 7:30 that morning.
Mhm.
There was a lot going on, but they gave me that, anxiety medicine, and by the time I got back to the room, I went to sleep, and I slept, like, 12 or 13 hours, like,
Oh, wow.
Mark was like, "We need some of that."
Mhm. Well,
Thanks.
in this day and age, Susie, when we live under constant threat of shootings everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There was a shooting 2 days before I had my surgery at the hospital that I was to have my surgery at, and it was one employee shooting another employee.
Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
"Oh my god." And that this hospital was in a really nice neighborhood too. It wasn't, one that was traditionally had a lot of problems, so no one's immune from it. And when you're laying, like you're saying, if you're laying flat on your stomach facing away from the door, you
Yeah.
can't possibly feel any more vulnerable than you do in that moment. So I get
Mhm.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. I was in chemo one time and I had to wait. I am not kidding. Like
Mhm.
3.5 hours for them to bring me my chemo over from the hospital, which is across this big 6-lane road.
Mhm.
So, and they have tunnels that go under the road from the hospital over to the clinic where I have my chemo and stuff at.
Sure.
And 3.5 hours that I'm waiting because they had a person over in the hospital that had a gun, and he was like, they had him
Oh,
hemmed in, but
wow.
he wouldn't give up and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And so they had everybody locked down. So the people
Oh
in
my
the
god.
pharmacy they couldn't make it because you have to use it within so long before you make it
Right.
or after you make it. But
Mhm.
they couldn't even make it and bring us the medicine because the whole hospital was on lockdown. And so were we.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yikes. Yep.
Carrie says, yes, it's over the top for me at least. Fear of any animal. It takes me a
Hmm.
bit to feel comfortable, but once I trust, I'm totally chill. That's cool
Oh,
though.
well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Goot. Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
Oh.
Hi, Susie. I hope you're well and enjoying the summer. I'll be in and out and we'll try to catch it on replay. Well, I
Hmm.
am glad to see you. I've
Yeah.
been wondering where you've been.
Mhm.
So Doug says, Indigo, it is because of Poe and Sir Crepitus that I'm doing what I'm doing here on YouTube.
Mm.
Cool. I'm sure we'll get to that in a little bit. But
Yeah. Miss Poe.
I miss Poe. I do. I really do.
Mhm.
He did one little short video just a few
Yeah.
days ago,
Yeah, I
and my
caught that.
son was like, "He's back,"
I got
and then
excited. I thought maybe he's
yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah. I miss Sir
Mm.
Crepitus too.
Yeah.
there's several of people that I miss, and some I don't.
Mm.
Yeah, John Poe on the Go used to show police body cam videos. Really
Mhm.
interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love.
that's how I got first introduced to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a
see what
cop
they
here in
do.
Michigan.
Yeah, true.
Mhm. Yeah.
Doug says, Jersey Jan, I know, always afraid or always loved watching Poe get all worked up. Yeah, he would get worked up.
He would.
Oh, wow. Now I really miss him. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some replays or something.
Mhm.
It's
I
so
know.
funny.
I've watched so many of the old ones just to keep
Yeah.
them in my heart.
Uh, Doug says when the asylum in Salem, Oregon closed down years ago, they found cremated bodies in cans
Oh.
still in the old building. Very
Oh my
sad.
god.
That is awful. Oh my
Yikes.
word.
Mm.
Yeah, it's wild from the smallest bug to the largest animal. It used to annoy my husband and children, but when they understood that it is a thing, we laugh about it. Yeah, and then
Mm.
you go take care of it.
Yeah.
That is something. I can't imagine being scared of like all animals. Like I can understand being scared at the zoo,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. I don't know though. I know some people that are like scared of just some of the strangest little butterflies. I know somebody afraid of
Yeah.
butterflies.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, not even kidding.
Hmm.
Mischief says, Doug, I used to live about 4 blocks from there. Ugh.
The
Like,
location for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, wow.
yeah.
I didn't
I
know that.
didn't know that.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
The things we learn. Mischief says, Carrie, my husband would give so much or would have so much more money if I had that. Yeah. If I'm comprehending correctly, you are the opposite. You have no fear. Absolutely no fear. Kind of like Megan.
Mhm.
Veta was running out to check my mail, which we have a her dad has a truck that he doesn't drive a whole lot. It's usually sitting there. So like if we have packages and stuff that get delivered, the mail lady will just put everything, theirs and ours, just put it all in that truck because we live right next door to each other. And then we'll just get that. That way it's not out in the rain and, you know, all that kind of thing. And so yesterday she was over here and she said, this is going to make sense in a minute. She said, I'm going to run check the mail. I'm going to see what's out there. And I'm like, okay. Now she's like me, that when she's under the air conditioner and everything, she's cold. And so she had on like sweatpants and a little sweatshirt, not a thick one, but like, you know, a little light sweatshirt. And she went outside and I said, now you're going to be hot when you go out there. And she goes, I'll just be a minute. So she runs out. She's like a 50-year-old, 8-year-old. But anyway, she goes out and she was gone and she was gone and she was gone. And I thought, I don't know, maybe I should check on her. Well, then I heard her come in the door. And so, I mean, she wasn't gone that long. I mean, and we live 1,400 feet off the road. So the dogs bark like crazy if there's any cars. I mean, I knew she was okay. I just didn't want her to have maybe like fallen down or forgot that she was supposed to be coming in or too much mail to carry, you know, anything like that. So anyway, she comes in and she's in shorts and a tank top. And I thought, oh, she got hot. But she's like, I said, did you get hot? And she goes, no, I got to go. We're going to town. I'll tell you about it later. Bye. And she leaves. I don't see her till today. And she comes in today and she was like, well, Mom wasn't ready to tell you about this yet. And I thought, oh, Lord, what animal have they gotten now? Because, you know, these are people that have a snake and a tortoise and they had a hedgehog and they have a raccoon and they had a squirrel and they had a skunk. A lot of these don't live long just because of nature, you know, but so they had all these, plus they have dogs and cats and everything. And I was like, what did you get now? And she said, 2 kittens. So they had went and rescued these 2 kittens at the rescue yesterday, was where they were going, that she's like, I'll tell you later. And I'm like, well, I don't care if you get cats. I just didn't want you to get anything weird.
When I was in college, I don't know why, at least for us Gen Xers, it was a big thing when we were teenagers, especially teenage boys, always want to have snakes.
Yeah.
And I had 2 roommates in college, and one of them had a Burmese python and the other one had a boa constrictor. And they would feed them live mice.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time watching them feed one of these snakes, I was absolutely mortified. I was like,
oh, I can't
and
stand
by the end, I got to the point where I would wrap the python around my neck and kind of wear it. And
yeah, no, I'm not there yet.
You learn to get over those fears after a while, but
their snake likes frozen thawed, so they're already frozen thawed rats, so they are already unalived. But I still can't watch it. It just grosses me out, so I still just can't watch it. But yeah, everything else I'm pretty good with, but snakes, So Mischief says,
I don't like them in the wild, but I'm okay with them if they're in a controlled situation.
Yeah, Veta was like, Grandma, it's gonna be okay. It's in a, it's in an aquarium. And I'm like, I'm not scared of them when they're in aquariums or you're holding it and it's like a pet kind of snake. I'm scared of the ones that I don't know are out there and I find, crawling up a tree or, that kind of thing. Those are the ones that scare me. So, or I'm picking strawberries and I look and there's a snake. I'm like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's more the shock factor than anything else.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, Mischief is saying that Carrie's right. She has the opposite of Carrie's problem. I will likely die trying to pet something that I shouldn't. Absolutely. Hey, B. Hi, chat. Love to all. Love to you, too. Indigo says, I can't go under waves because I have vertigo. I understand that. Yeah. Hey, Eric. I see you here, too. Hello from Culver City, California.
Hi, Eric.
Mare says, when I've had my radioactive scans, it was so easy. The
isotopes.
Yeah, isotopes. I thought, is that what they're called? Anyway, get created about a mile from the hospital, but they have an underground pipe system. Wow.
That's cool.
Wow. Oh, now this one coming up. This might be scary.
Mhm.
Doug says, I was stranded on a little island with Alaska brown bear overnight.
Mhm.
We could see them outside the firelight. I was scared. Oh, yeah. No, I would be.
Those suckers get big too.
Yeah.
And they could kill you with one swipe.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I don't
Mischief
like
says
bears.
dolphins feel like rubber. I would assume that they did, and
Mhm.
sharks feel like sandpaper.
Yeah.
I have pet sharks,
Mhm.
not pets, but I have pet them before.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I that's about as close as I would get. So
Hmm.
Jersey says swimming with dolphins is so cool. They're such peaceful animals. They always look like they're smiling.
Telling you, whales and they have it depends on the situation too, because when we went to Orlando, they had a place called Wet and Wild,
Uh-huh.
and they had the dolphins in pools, and you could actually get in the pool and swim with a single dolphin.
Wow.
But when we took a cruise to the Bahamas a few years ago, and they actually have, like, in the cove, they have a closed
Mhm.
off cove, and you can swim with the dolphins in their natural habitat, which I think that would appeal to me more than a pool,
Yeah, I
but
think so too.
definitely a bucket list thing for me, that and whales. Oh my god, I love
Yeah.
I it something you didn't know about me is that when I was young, I wanted to be an oceanographer,
Oh,
and,
yeah?
yeah, and, in high school, I was lucky enough to go to a high school that had, classes in, I think the class was just called Oceans. There was Oceans 1 and Oceans 2, and we actually dissected small sea life. We did a small shark, a
Yeah.
starfish to show how the legs grow back after you cut them off,
Mhm.
and a couple other things. But yeah, I wanted to be either a
So
marine
cool.
biologist, either a marine biologist or an oceanographer.
I have a friend that's a marine biologist. She loves her work.
Wow,
So,
that'd be
yeah.
fantastic to have a conversation with somebody like that.
Yeah.
How
She's
I went from being a marine biologist to an HR professional, I have no idea, but yeah, yeah, life takes funny
Aw.
turns sometimes.
Oh, you're talking about, the swimming with stuff. It made me think about, animals swimming and stuff, and when we went to St. Thomas, something that I did not know
On the Virgin
was
Islands.
we were actually on a ferry on the way over to St. John,
Mhm.
and way out in there are deer swimming, and they swim back and forth between these islands.
Oh, wow.
Deer.
That would be cool to see.
I'm like, "That is a long swim." Now there
Yeah,
are little islands that are not inhibited, they're just like little, you know,
mhm,
sandbars basically, but
yeah,
they are an island, and they will stop at those, and rest a little bit and then go to the next and all
and
that.
then
They don't
continue
swim
on.
the whole, like,
Right.
50 miles or whatever,
That would be really cool to watch,
but it
though.
was so bizarre looking out there, and I'm like, "Is that a deer?" You know?
He's drowning, though.
"Yeah,
He's
he's
with 10 other
drowning.
deer.
How did he get here?" You know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mm.
So, hey, B, good to see you. Sorry you're late. Had a meeting. That's fine.
No
Not a
worries.
biggie.
No worries. You made it. That's all that matters.
Mischief says, I used to have cats, dogs, llamas, alpaca, sheep, goats, turkeys, chickens, rabbits.
Wow.
Wow. Let's see.
Doctor she's a Doctor Doolittle over there.
Yeah, I've had cats and dogs and cows and horses and rabbits and chickens and
Mm.
goats.
How's that song go?
Um,
Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry.
yeah.
And it's from Oklahoma too, so how about that?
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say, isn't
Surrey
that from
Surrey
Oklahoma?
Surrey with the fringe on top, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, B. I radiate in pink. It's probably still the red on my face from that uh, makeup stuff, that skin or that what do you call it, face paint that I bought for Veta that made my face all splotchy a couple
Huh,
of days ago. She's fine. It didn't bother her at all.
huh,
So
hmm.
good. She can wear it.
Well, you
I'm not
do.
going.
You've been through hell, Susie. You've got pretty
Yeah,
sensitive
I have
skin
very
these
sensitive
days.
skin though. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey, Stacia, good to see you. She says, hello, Susie and
Stacia.
Angel. It's good to see everybody, guys.
Absolutely.
So I think that's about all we've got tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. I think it's at 6:30 my time, Central Time. Just take the compliments you see. Thanks, Mischief. So yes, thank you. I'm not good at compliments. I'm good at giving them, and I mean it when I give them. I'm not just one of those people that just, tosses out compliments, but I do give them, but I'm getting better at taking them. Before I would have argued for an hour. Like, no, I'm not. This is just this, and oh, you're crazy. You need glasses,
Well, the problem is that we don't let you get away with it. We gang up on you with the compliments.
That's
it's a
true.
love fest in the mod chat.
Yes.
It really is. We have
Sometimes
a great
I
group.
just click off of it and be like, I'll let them get over it, and then I'll come back.
We'll let them love on each other, and then I'll pop back. And we do.
They'll quit, and they'll be back to talking about something else, and I'll go back and read that. But yeah. Anyway,
beautiful
guys, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you so much, Mischief. You have been so busy today. And John, thank you so much. I will probably see if you want to do the one that we're going to do about the disabled, the amazing, I don't even remember what I've called it. But anyway, we've got some people this week for Disability Pride Month that these people are, it is amazing what they do. It's not in sports. We have doctors, amazing scientists, an astronaut, and they all have disabilities. That this astronaut has dyslexia, which I can't. Yeah. And bad dyslexia, not just a little dyslexic. No, this poor guy is, he's got it serious. And he's an astronaut. It's really interesting. I think that is, I can't remember what day it is. My mind's not working good. But anyway, that's one y'all
count me in.
Yeah. All right.
I love those inspirational stories.
I do too. I do too. Yeah. Next week we're gonna do the ones that are disabled that have to do with social media or that whole kind of thing, like the whole the word just went out, like the whole Silicon Valley kind of thing, So we're going to talk a lot about those, and it's amazing. I am just it makes my heart proud. So I'm just really enjoying looking into these stories about these disabled people that have just done amazing things. And I think it's not that they can do it, it's that they do it, because they've been told that they couldn't.
Yeah.
And so for them to just be like, screw you, I'll show you,
the power
amazing.
of the human spirit. It's
absolutely
always inspirational.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hey, Lord Kiss Freak, good to see you too. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you all tomorrow. John, thank you so much. Mischief, thank you so much.
Always.
Mods, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you later.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee, and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to our